What's going on, everybody? All my wrestling fanatics today. What's going on? You've entered the world of submission session. It's me, the timeless Don, and that guy, T Rock. What's
What
going
up,
on?
everybody? Let's get to some wrestling. I'm ready today.
Wrestling.
Some wrestling. I got off the
Yes,
golf
sir.
course. I'm ready to talk some wrestling.
Yes, sir. We got quite a bit to go over from what's been going on lately in the wrestling world. I mean, man, it's like I said, WWE, they working up to SummerSlam. You got AEW now, one of their big events, All In, that's over. Now they working up to their next big thing. You had TNA Slammiversary just happened. You got Ring of Honor still doing their thing. They going at it. NXT, they had their thing. I mean, whew, it's a great time for wrestling these days. It's a
It
great
is.
time.
It is. It is. Makes me smile.
Oh man, and hey, but we've had some sad news did go on this week in wrestling, and I mean for all the generations that come, the man, the once, the icon, man, Huxley, Hulk Hogan, terrible luck. So he passed this. What was that? Thursday? Was it Thursday? This Thursday.
I think so.
Yes, cardiac arrest. So I know some of our age, we've had great memories of the Huckster from way back in the 80s, the 90s. I mean, it's so much memories to go over with this guy with the gold and the red and gold, I guess you'll say, and then come the black of the Huckster.
Right.
So, I mean, what's one of your greatest memories of the Huckster, T Rock?
Let's see here. If I'm being honest, even in the '80s, what I'm saying, I thought he was an attraction, but he was never one of my like true favorites, and it's really primarily is because, it's at some point during the match he's going to hulk up. He's going to hulk up, and then he gets hit one more time, and it's you. You know what I'm saying? He got you. You. And the next thing you know, you get the foot, and then you get the leg, and the match is over. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Right.
okay, I like it, but let's switch it up a little bit. But what I'm saying, I did. My honestly, if I'm being honest, my favorite moment for Hulk Hogan is when he turned heel in and the NWO started. That was my favorite thing because it was something that was caught completely off guard. You didn't think anything like that was ever going to happen with Hulk Hogan, and it did, and it got over tremendously.
Man, if that, I mean, I think that probably is one of the greatest. That's one of the greatest moments, even in sports entertainment wrestling history as when he
Hmm.
turned and went. I mean, it was at Bash the Beach. I think I do remember
Yep.
when Kevin. Who would have thought though that exact time when he came out and dropped the big leg on Macho Man Randy Savage,
You know
and the
what?
NWO was created. New World Order.
Yeah. Got the outsiders. Yeah, it was that was something else, man. That was something
Man.
else.
But I want to tell you one of my moments when I was a kid. I mean, like I said, that NWO was definitely one of my favorites. But it's just a memory that stuck in me because it hurt my heart. When I was a kid, I loved me some Huckster. I had the wrestling figure. I had the plastic hard wrestling figure too. The Huckster
Right.
Crusader. It was
I had
hard to
it.
mud. You hit somebody with that bad boy, you gonna hurt them.
Yeah,
I
I
had
had it
that.
too.
I had the WWE ring. Me and my guy, hey, we used to put on federations and everything else to make the wrestling. It was memories. But one of my moments was 1988. The
Uh-huh.
main and the thing about it, it wasn't even called yet Saturday Night Main Event. It was just called the main event. It was a February late night on a Saturday night. I'm staying up late to watch this, and what was I, 14 years old probably. Maybe no, I was 13, I want to say, but it was because it was February when Hulk Hogan lost the title to Andre the Giant. And the crazy thing was when he lost the title, the referee went down to count the one, two, three, but Hogan lifted his shoulder up at two. The referee kept on counting, called for the bell, and it was over. But the
Mhm.
funny thing about it, it was Earl Hebner and Dave Hebner, who was twin brothers that was after the
Right.
referee, and the $1 million man paid the ref off. And after that match, Andre the Giant officially gave the belt over to the $1 million man. Who would have thought? That was crazy back in those days.
Yeah.
I'm
Everybody's
talking
got a
about,
price.
yes, everybody has a price. I'm talking about, I swear I might even had a tear in my eye because that man lost the title like it. I was heartbroken. It hurt my heart. It was terrible.
I don't blame you, though. I don't blame
So yeah, the thing, so yeah, I mean, like I said, so many memories. We've seen so many wrestlers shout out and everything else. But from the submission session, we just like to, hey, condolences and prayers out for the Hogan family. For the Hogan family.
you. Yes, yes.
All right, let's move on. So one thing is something to catch my eye was the Triple A. Down in Triple A, Alberto El Patron officially is exiled. He was in a match, and it was like you pretty much like back in the day, loser leaves town match. And Alberto, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I guess that's they WWE didn't want to deal with him, evidently.
Evidently. But
So
I mean, it's not unheard of. I mean, this is not his first stint with them. You know what I mean? Apparently, there's bad blood, a lot of bad taste in folks' mouths with him. You know, his attitude would be my thing, right? Um, I don't know, his attitude towards those folks at WWE, those higher ups. Um, but I do know that he's been pretty consistent with it. Even from that time years ago when he was dating Paige.
Page, yeah.
You know what I mean? Then he come off on that show as like kind of a jerk. So just like apparently the guy's just a jerk. And just kind of wants it's either my way or the highway kind of situation. And so he's basically getting what he deserves if that indeed is the case. And the thing is, that hell, if something happened to them, in the WWE years ago, and the WWE just like don't ever want to deal with it, which is probably the case. Probably just something that happened years ago, and they just don't want to deal with it anymore.
Pretty
And
much.
WWE is good at your second chances.
Yeah. If some guys they won't, but like I said, some guys, hey, they do redeem themselves. And
Yeah, if they put butts in seats, they'll take you back. Ask CM Punk.
hey, you own that right there, most definitely.
Yeah,
Well, then let's check out Ring of Honor's been doing a couple little things lately. And what I was checking out this past week after they had, tremendous I guess you would say a show, Athena went against Winsler. And man, I want to tell you, I watched it. I didn't get a change it and say, but Athena did defeat her. And this was one heck of a match. And I didn't know too much about Alex. What do you know? I'm thinking to yourself, Aston. Do you know anything about Miss Alex?
I don't. I don't. I do. Obviously, I know way more about Athena than Alex Windsor, but nah, she. I missed this match. I missed this match, so you'll have to bring me up to speed on this one. But I can speak to Athena.
Yeah. Athena did end up pulling it off, but there was moves after moves after moves. And reverse moves and everything else, but it was a nice fought match, I must say. But hey, I'm
So she's more of a technical wrestler, would you say?
well, yeah, she's pretty much I mean they look like an eye for an eye almost. So yeah, she's pretty much, got several moves in her bag. So I think she's new. They just got it in there. Well, I know she's new as in Ring of Honor, let's say that. And I'm thinking she's gonna be making some progress in there. I would not be surprised. I'm gonna have to look more into her, but yeah, it was
And apparently,
definitely
she's dating Will Ospreay.
mm,
I don't
and
know. They got a lot of pictures together. I can say that.
that
Let's say
must
that.
be I hate
Yeah.
Will. And you brought up Will and it makes he's out with injury right now. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Athena was still one of the best finishes in wrestling. Um, as you could see, she's making her mark. She's been what RH Women's Champion for well over a year now, I think. And she puts on banger matches,
Oh yeah.
banger matches. She's tough, and the fact she didn't get her due in WWE, I don't think. But also, Vince was in charge, and there was a whole lot of people who didn't get their just due. I think anyway. So
Very true. Very true. Most definitely because Vince didn't give two. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, she was
It
tough though. She's tough. Not was is.
right. And
Yeah, but that finish is ridiculous.
Dustin Rhodes and Leah Marinati, they just had a banger match. I mean, Dustin's trying to show that he still got it in the tank, I guess. But Lee Lee's gonna be around for a while. Lee got yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Lee Moriarty is really good. I think they're just using this ROH platform to, what I'm saying, they basically like an NXT kind of situation for him. Although, there's not a lot of developmental guys there. A lot of guys in ROH been wrestling for many, many years. But for him, I mean, he's still the new guy, and to have him put in matches like this, can do nothing but help him out, in his future, whether he stays with AEW or he decides to go to somewhere else. Matches like this, is what he's is going to put him on the map. I know the
Wow.
guy, I know the name, but do you have banging matches?
Very true. Very because hey, banger as in Seamus says banger after banger after banger.
Exactly. And he's going to bang you to death.
All right. Hey, well, if you're ready, if you're on cue right now, T Rock, it's all
So,
on you. It's time for the next indie wrestler to watch with T Rock.
well, this week I decided to go with a gentleman named Alexander Hammerstone.
Alexander Hamilton.
Now, a lot of folks know who Alexander Hammerstone is. For those who don't, he debuted in 2013. He is from Glendale, Arizona. Um, he started out, obviously in the Indy circuit in Arizona, where he became a champion for the championship Arizona promotion out there. Dude is like 6'2", 250.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, he's thick, dude. He looks like Thor almost. You know what I mean? He can come off as like one of them Viking dudes. You know what I'm saying? Hence the name. He looks like his name. Let's say it like that. Dude looks like his name, and he's dope. His finisher move is called the Nightmare Pendulum, where he picks you up like he's going to suplex you, then he brings you back down and plants you on your back. It's a dope move. It looks good. It looks powerful. Guy's been a champ everywhere he's gone. Um, but I will say this: he did last year. He did a year with TNA. Um, for those who watch NXT, might remember him too because he was also Tony D'Angelo's hand-picked opponent for Oba Femi when
Mm-hmm.
he was North American champion, and coming over from TNA, where he lost to Oba Femi, but he ended up beating Tony D'Angelo in a different match by countout. So he did have that little crossover there for a little bit too, but he only spent 1 year. He ended up going back to MLW, the Major League Wrestling out of New York, where he's also been a champion. Like I said, dude's been a champion at almost every, either is a tag team champion. Like I said, MLW, he's been the world champion. He was the first national open weight champion there at MLW. He's won Battle Riot, which is obviously get their I guess their equivalent to like a battle royal. Um, he also won the open weight championship tournament. Uh, he's wrestled in PCW Ultra where he was a champion. Uh, West Coast Wrestling Connection where he was also a champion. Like dude's been a champion where he's gone. So dude is very very good. Now I don't know what's got to do to get over to the next what I'm saying to the next level because he could be wrestling AEW WWE at any point. I don't know what that looks like for him, but at any rate, dude is dope. I love his finisher. He's got the look. He's got a look that Vince would absolutely love. And so, with that being said, Alexander Hammerstone is going to be the next guy to watch, in my opinion, on the scene.
Alexander Hammerstone. I do remember seeing him in TNA before, and that brother is a big man. He is huge, and he would be,
Absolutely.
yeah, he would definitely be somebody's, guy like a big Oba Fanning and those guys like that, those heavyweight contenders. So hey, so
Yeah, put him in a
him look at
faction. That's like put him in a good faction, especially. I would say WWE faction as opposed to because you kind of get lost in the shuffle with all the factions in AEW. You know, WWE doesn't have very many of them, so if you put him in a really good one and let him shine, dude, it'll be dope. It'll be dope. Like
gotcha.
him with the Viking Raiders or the War Raiders now. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Get them together. Probably be on the lookout for him. You never know what he might pop up next. Like you said, hey, thanks for bringing us in with another one. The next indie wrestler to watch with T Rock. So now we gonna step in the AEW territory. So just to start us off, I mean, just injuries after injuries after injuries, week in and week out. But now we're hearing about a new injury that we knew the man's been out for a while. Switchblade Jay White injury. And the injury right now, and it looks like he broke his hand. And with that, they are talking about he might be out for the rest of the year.
Mm.
So
Doggone.
yeah, with you seeing the guns come back, and with Juice Robinson's back with the Shea
Hmm.
though.
Shaved it all off.
Like,
Yes, he did.
what does Tony Storm think about that? I want to know.
She probably told him to do
'Cause-
it.
but I guess the only thing they missing is Jay White with the Bang Bang Gang. So,
Right,
hey,
right. And I mean, he was woefully underused anyway, in my opinion. And I think he's a fantastic wrestler.
oh yeah,
You know, a lot of these wrestlers choose an AEW, primarily for schedule stuff. They're still allowed to go out and still do indie stuff and things like that. Excuse me. And when you it's WWE is a lot more arduous, a lot more, you know, just because you see them wrestle on Mondays or Fridays or Tuesdays doesn't necessarily mean sometime during the week. House shows and all this other stuff, right? So, it's the workload may not be the same, but you got to use your stars, man. Jay White is a star, but he's a woefully underused star. He had his moment, He had his moment. Bang Bang Gang, you know what I mean? Bullet Club Gold, crazy entrance. Love the entrance. One of the best when they were doing that thing. I absolutely love that entrance, but it's unfortunate for Jay White. I hope he gets better, man, and I can't wait to see him because I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
yeah.
So
It does turn like it. It does turn out to be like it at times. Like you forget, like, oh yeah, Jay White is in AEW. So,
yeah,
well, wish him a happy recovery. Come back soon.
yes,
Put that
sir.
hand together. Cause Switchblade, you always are welcome on the AEW screen and anything, anywhere else. All right. So now my thing is, what do what do we do with Scorpio Sky since he's back? What what would you? Okay, you are booking the matches. You are setting up the storylines, T Rock. What are you doing with Scorpio Sky? Because I like some Scorpio Sky.
It's hard to say what to do with him in AEW since there are lack of storylines, right? It's like, and it's also hard to do it because you don't know who's wrestling at what time. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just kind of hard to pick out. After giving it some thought, and it probably doesn't make any sense, but a lot of the stuff that doesn't, Scorpio Sky and Ricochet, I think
Okay.
would be a great, great match there. And
Man.
I don't know what that storyline looks like. I don't know what kind of history, if any of these two guys had or have. I don't know at all. But if I would like to see Scorpio Sky and Ricochet go at it.
That is sounds like right there one hell of a match. Cause man, I could see that going and going and going because I was looking at him to let's put him because he's already been the TNT champ. I said let's level him up a bit. Let's go for the unified championship. Let's go for that. I mean, let's get him in that scenario where he's working towards that myself. And you got to take out players like I mean, it's several, like you said, it's several guys that's in
Right.
just limbo that they don't get the storyline going, but they're still running around where they should be in need of something. Maybe matter of fact, maybe they'll put them in one of these tournaments or something because AEW is always having a tournament to be the
It's
next great.
something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I
So,
still don't understand the whole was it gold and blue or whatever it was tournament
oh,
thing we had.
collecting
I don't.
points. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. But
yeah,
that meant for me not to understand. So,
yeah. That did lose me. That did lose me.
absolutely.
All right, what we got here? See, speaking of tournaments, right now we have the World Tag Team Title Eliminator Tournament. So I guess they working up to the number one contender, and whoever wins this will be facing the champions of the Hurt Syndicate come Forbidden Door, London.
Okay,
So
I like it.
yeah, I'm with that.
I like it.
I'm with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know any better way to do it. hopefully you can add a little bit of story to some of this stuff. But yeah, the fact that Hurt Syndicate of Champions, I I I just think it's fantastic. Anyway, and the fact that they get TV, I mean, I think primarily because of who they are. Bobby Lashley, and them. They deserve TV, so you
Right.
cannot not put them on TV, right? But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. Do you know who's in the tournament? Have
No,
they
they are
announced?
keeping. It's funny because both these terms right now they are keeping them secretly locked until the matches happen. Because
That's interesting.
FTR did win the first. They beat the your boy Bailey. Heck, I can't
Oh,
even.
Speedball Mike Bailey
Speedball,
and
yeah, Mike Bailey and oh boy.
yeah,
So
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I
yeah,
saw that
so
match.
they won that one, and I think they're going to have another one. I guess the next match is coming up on this Dynamite. So, but at the
It's going to be
same
FTR
time,
when it's all
yeah,
said and done.
it's so much going on. It is so much because at the same time you get a woman's world uh championship eliminator matches are going on. And that's one thing I don't understand because in the first round they had Tony Storm wrestle Billy
But it
the
starts.
Billy start and I'm like, how's the world champion wrestling in the tournament for the type uh.
Again, one of those AEW things. It's just like, you just kind of scratch your head and just be like, okay, let's hope this works out.
Like
The whole time you're just kind of like,
I don't know. If somebody's watching, if y'all know how it's all figured out with this eliminator tournament, let us know. Fill us in.
please.
Please
Yeah,
do.
because
He's help a
I'm
brother
not an
out.
AEW hater. I just don't understand a lot of the stuff.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, I love me some AEW. So heck, I love wrestling. So that's
Yeah.
all that comes down to. So what we got here as how many times is Edge, Adam Copeland, Cope? How many times they're gonna change the man's name? I don't know, but it's still the same old Edge, mostly to everybody. But Cope hires Hurt Syndicate to go after FTR. So and this
Well done, sir.
past yeah, the past week when they went straight heads up after they finished their first round match, Hurt Syndicate comes out, shakes the hand. Well, MVP shakes the hand of Edge and or Cope, as I should say, and they start handling business. So
Hmm.
I like it. I like it now because to me it just looked as now I'm thinking FTR will be going through this tournament and they will be fighting the Hurt Syndicate come,
Yes,
yeah, Forbidden Door.
I agree. I agree. You know what I'm saying? As it's all business. You know what I mean? You go out there, you talk to folks, you pay those folks a little bit of money. Business. Business.
Is
You know what I mean? So I get it, and it even things up. You know what I mean? I thought that was a pretty cool thing. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'm digging it.
yeah,
I can
exactly,
dig this. I can dig this. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
exactly. That's how I looked at it. And I got one for you. Be talking about the Hurt Syndicate. We got MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. Was this I don't know if I want to say reunion. Was this get together? Was this a total waste? Buy or sell? Buy or sell? Was this a total waste?
Okay, this is a hard one for me, but I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it. But it wasn't a waste of time in a sense to where it was more buying time, right?
Mm.
Apparently, as we can all see now, MJF was, in another movie, and obviously, that kind of took, precedent over. So being in this Hurt Syndicate probably gave him enough time to go out and do what he had to do in this little movie thing. And it's not like he had a lead role. I mean, obviously, he's a great character and all, but, but this being able to buy time. Now, again, I don't think it was a total waste of time. I just think they were buying time for him, and I don't know why they chose to hurt Syndicate to do to buy to do this, but I'm gonna buy it. But I still think it was just buying time, not totally wasting time, because obviously now he gets a shot at the title.
Right, right. Because like you said, now he gets the contract. Let's say that. But
Hmm.
we say at Cowboy says, "Hey, you're gonna earn this. You're gonna have to work your way up. I'm not just gonna give you a shot. Or you just gonna have to
Right,
use that contract."
right, exactly, as you should, as
Right.
you
Like,
should. Yeah.
come on. Yeah. Just give me a
Yeah.
title shot. Why not? Like,
So
you.
what you buying? You buying a seller?
I'm buying it for sure because at the first I didn't understand it. I didn't get it, but I felt it, and it just felt like they was building. The build up took so long to get to that point because it's thumb up, thumb down, and now Bobby's like, I've had enough of you. MJF is just out for himself, and when can I get my title back? My title, mine, me, myself, I. So yeah, MJF,
Mm,
let's go ahead, hurt Syndicate, go ahead and hurt him one good time and kick him to the curb
yeah,
with the
yeah,
thumbs down. Yeah,
yeah. That's all.
with
Yeah,
the
they already done. They done.
yeah. All right. So the one and only timeless Tony Storm defeats Billy Starks. Is what I was saying. And hey, Tony Storm, if you need a new butler, come and grab a brother. I got you. I got you, Tony.
No,
I'll
no
take care of
Luther.
it. The new Luther.
Ah,
Yeah, Luther with a
the new Luther.
right, the new Luther, not the old Luther, not the skinny Luther,
You know,
not the big. Now, not the big Luther. This is the skinny
you
Luther.
get
So
the
yeah,
skinny one.
the skinny
Get
Luther.
the skinny
But
Luther.
yeah, Tony Storm is a ride herself. I mean, her and Athena when they get together, they once they get their match to going, when she go, when they, it's gonna be one of a kind. I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
definitely another good one because Tony doesn't play in that ring, and we know how old girl Athena is. Hey, it's gonna be
it's gonna be good.
like they just
Yes,
building
it
up
is.
to it.
Yeah, Billy Starks is good though. She's gotten a lot better over time.
Oh yeah, they did put on a good match. I must say that. All right, so let's move on. Adam Page. So now it was announced this past week, Adam Page will defend his new title as the two-time champion against John Moxley this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. Hey, I don't know what's going on because it's like they still causing havoc. The Death Riders. I mean, did they really have to do Coco Cabana like that? Did they really have to do Cabana like that?
I mean, yes. I mean, Colt
Huh?
Cabana's been around for a while. He's used to it. He's used to it. Yeah, he did. Yes. But this match is just going to be full of shenanigans.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, uh, who's now? The only thing you got to think about is who's going to come out and help Page, because everybody, the whole Death Rider situation is going to come out and help Moxley. You know, and they say they're banned from ringside, but are they though? Are they
Are
though?
they? Are there any disqualifications?
Yeah,
Mm,
are they though? I don't trust it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A public enemy, can't trust it. No, 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 no.
Yeah, I just
Mm-mm.
don't see it.
But
I don't
it
see
should
it
be a good
any.
one though.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good one, but I don't see it ending cleanly at that.
Oh no.
Oh man. Well, we going to move
Mm-mm-mm.
on. Let's go and move on and see what's going on in TNA. And as we know, what just passed was Slammiversary. You know, Slammiversary wasn't too bad. I give it that. It was kind of decent. I will put it at. and some good matches that took place, and we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. Why not?
Why
Mustafa
not?
Ali defeats Cedric Alexander. Now, this right here is kind of a mystery to me. I know they was putting over, trying to put Cedric like, hey, let's put him up a little bit. I thought he was gonna win myself. Mustafa Ali ended up pulling it off at the end. But what gets me after Cedric Alexander takes this defeat, then this coming week, Cedric Alexander's getting an X Division title shot in a three-way match this coming week. But he
Yeah,
just lost. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's. First of all, I'm glad Mustafa Ali won this match. I love Cedric. Don't get me wrong, but he lost. Seemed like he lost every match to Cedric in WWE. They put on great matches,
Yes, they did.
but every time they wrestled, Cedric always beat him in the end. What like one was the heart? What did they say? One was the heart. One was the soul.
Mm,
205 live.
yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah, but I'm glad he won. They gave him this match, man, because like I said, he's been. I think it's also it should be a 10-year thing too, since he's been around there a little bit longer. But Cedric puts on good matches, right?
Yes, he did.
So use him for the three. He's not going to get the X Division championship, but use him, and heck, who knows? It could be some Mustafa Ali shenanigans happening. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? They can make this a really good rivalry again. But you put the guys who put in good matches, put him in there. You know, Cedric can put butts in seats.
Most definitely. He definitely can. And like I said, they've been putting on good matches for years. So only hey, it just makes it look good, I guess. And propel them on. And we know, with that, I was talking about the X Division. Hey, we have a new X Division champion, Leon Slater. And defeats Moose. And I kind of wasn't expecting this, but it just seemed like a change. Seemed like it was kind of like he was passing the torch down. Moose kind of like took the title from the ref, like, we was like, oh, what's he gonna do? But then he straps it around Leon's like, hey, you next up, handle your business. Like, okay,
Right.
right. And then even the next was that show? Yeah, after the match, AJ Styles shows up and then gives him some pubs to Leon. Like, oh, now you got one of the best ever in TNA to come. That's Hall of Fame AJ Styles to come and
Mm-hmm.
give you pub. Like, you
Yeah.
official. You that guy.
Yeah.
The youngest ever
Exactly.
at the age of I think they said 22. I think Leon.
Wow.
The youngest ever. Mm, Hey, he's
Well,
making
apparently TNA has a lot of faith in this kid. You know, Moose puts you over. AJ comes out. He puts you over. You know,
yeah.
they have a lot of faith in this kid. So hopefully, he doesn't get hurt or anything like that. But you know, hey, good look at him. What's he from? Dude's from England, so he's a British cat too. 20 years old.
Mm,
Wow, wow, yeah. Put a strap on him. We'll see how far it takes him. See if they can strap got a rocket on
right. He
it.
takes off, boy. He's gonna
Yes,
take
sir.
off. Watch out
Yes,
for him,
sir.
Leon. All right. Hey, once again, these guys are the World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys. Hey,
Mm-mm-mm.
those ladders that they was using during that match, they were some stable ladders because they wasn't, those ones that was breaking a second. No, those bad boys was stable. They wasn't breaking for nothing. It took a lot of time for several ladders just to break. And then though the Hardy Boys do one thing I don't think I've seen ever in a ladder match, where the rope ladder just drops down from the ceiling, and they climb the. I'm like, oh, okay, we going out like that. Like the Hardy
Yes,
Boys coming with a different way to win the title.
coming out just like that. Yes, yeah. It's I mean it's Hardy's on their last little leg, the last run. You know what I mean, might as well go out with a bang. Uh, Teams that they beat, or maybe with the except of the Nemeth brothers and stuff like that, were uh, what's it? I don't know. Mediocre at best, I guess. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were a lot of good wrestlers there. Myron Reed. I don't know if you know about Myron Reed. I saw him wrestle in the indie promotion here, and at the Norton's track field place. Myron Reed's from Louisville.
Mm,
Probably be my next guy I talk about, but Myron Reed's from Louisville. He's one of the
mm.
little high flyer dudes. So yeah, trust me, I'll be bringing him up very shortly. Yeah, yeah, but all in all, I say all that to say that that was if you didn't see that coming, then something's wrong with you.
Right, right. But to end it after the match, then Billy Ray, well, Bully Ray, comes down to the ring and puts on, says quite a bit, says a statement though. He challenges the Hardy Boys. I think it's going to be is it in October? Trying to think. I can't think which pay per view it is, but it's in October. One more time, where 3D would take on the Hardy Boys. One last match.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah,
nostalgia thing going on. I'd watch it. I was a
right.
huge 3D. I was a huge Dudley Boys guy anyway. I had the 3D shirt. You know what I mean? I love the Dudleys, so I'm kind of partial. So I got a feeling that the Hardy Boys is going to win this match primarily because both Bubba and Devon are pretty retired, pretty much.
Yeah,
So might as well help put them over. I'm saying on their last little run. Although they'll probably never say it's their last run, but this is Hardy Boys' last run right here. It's got
oh,
to be.
yeah. And even Devon. Last I seen Devon has lost over 100 pounds.
Wow,
So it's gonna be a
man's getting
different
healthy.
look. Yeah, it's gonna be a different look.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But it's wrestling is wrestling is wrestling. So we'll see. They're both still in the business.
All right, while we talking about titles, hey, just call it Gacy Jane Two Belts because now the NXT and TNA World Champion.
Yeah,
Woo,
JCJ. Yeah,
Gacy Jane.
yeah. I
They
feel
made
like
that
this.
move.
Yeah, I feel like this is all a setup for TNA to do something really big when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? You got two NXT folks as your champions, and it's just got to be a setup for like TNA is gonna invade NXT or something. You know what I mean? It's got to be something that WWE and TNA worked out something. I just can't quite put my finger on it yet, but they worked out something, and they go get all their titles back and maybe even gain a couple of NXT titles in the process. I got a feeling it's got to go back the other way because it wouldn't make any sense for you to let this promotion of people who've been wrestling for many years now, probably a lot longer than a lot of folks in the NXT, just to come over and just take titles and what I'm saying, you're getting beat up by the developmental.
Right.
Something something big is happening. Something big is stewing. I just can't put my finger on it.
You own it because I was thinking sort of the same thing. It got to be some type of Asian. It got to be something for TNA. Got to, because it's right now and it's too one sided. And to make it on top of that, how one sided it is, our guy Trick Williams retains the TNA title, defeating Joe Hendry and Mike Santana. And the crazy way how he returned retained the title after Mike Santana put down Joe with his finishing move, and Trick was let's say he was put on an acting class with an injury. He slid in the ring, threw Mike Santana over and out of the ring when he pinned Joe injury for the win. And it was like a master, I don't Eddie Guerrero moment, I guess you would say, but
Right.
it was a scene, and the only thing I did was sit back and like, wow, they are going to have both world titles in NXT and for TNA. I
Right.
was like, wow, this is. Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Let's just hope it all makes for good TV. I didn't expect Trick to retain uh, the title, if I'm being honest, but we'll see. We'll see how it all fleshes out. Like I said, it's TNA. Something big got to be happening in the background that that we just don't completely see quite yet.
Right, right. So let me ask you this. That's exactly what I was getting to. I think we pretty much already had it. Is it best for business for TNA's world titles to be in the hands of NXT players? But we've kind of already went over this game. So,
I think it's best for business in a sense to where you just hope on the back end of TNA is going to do something about it. I guess if that makes sense. It's only best for business if the other team does their thing. I guess I don't know how to say it. But uh, I think it's. I must say yes for right now that I think it's best for business. Hoping that TNA does something on their end.
yeah, I'm with you. I feel what you're saying because TNA they got to have something come back strong from a TNA perspective to make this level out the playing ground. Be like, oh, that's what they was getting to. That was what the big
Right.
setup. That's what the build was coming to, even after all this time. So
Right. Exactly.
yeah, I could feel Mike Santana's going to have something up his sleeve because just the past week when he beat Joe in the match, I think Mike Santana's the man to take the strap.
Yeah. I would hope so, man. I like Santana.
All right, so now let's move it on to the NXT. And who happens to show up at NXT? The Undertaker visits Trick Williams because Trick has been talking mad cash about his LFG guy.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. Look, Undertaker took it kind of personal and showed up and had some words with Chick.
Yeah. 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 Not just words. Not just words. He felt the wrath. He felt the wrath. Yeah, you just don't. You can't just go talk all that madness. You don't expect no consequences or repercussions.
Especially,
That's that's Taker.
yeah.
You know what I mean? What is it? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the fact that you made the biggest mistake by doing that. Let's talk about it. You can talk about dude, talk about his LFG guy all you want, but you can't talk about Taker, man.
Can't talk
Stop
about
it.
Taker. What's
Yeah,
he
you
thinking?
ain't been you been in there long enough to have a cup of coffee. This man's done it for 1,000 years. It seems. Stop it.
Nobody came to see you take. I mean, Trick. Nobody came to
Yeah,
see you Trick. Oh, come on,
yeah.
man. Hey, that was funny enough. Undertaker took a, and he put on that acting once he got dropped. Boy, that whole act he had. Oh, it was the bump.
That's
I
funny.
guess it
Yeah, the
was
bump was
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. All right, let's hop in the world of WWE and see what's going on there. And one thing we seen that went on, this man Jelly Roll is popping up all over the place. So Jelly Roll was on Jimmy Kimmel, and I mean, damn, he had some extra guests that he wasn't expecting. I mean, he was, talking Randy Orton, but here comes Drew McIntyre come out talking mad cash. And doing
Yeah.
that, Mr. Orton was not too happy with all of Drew's words. So him and McIntyre got into it. They started throwing blows back and forth until they took it back into the back. So Jolly Roll thought he was going to go to a commercial break, but before he could hit that commercial break, that guy Logan Paul shows up. And Logan always got something smart to say. And just the things he says cracks me up sometimes because he's calling them all type of words. I mean, trash and everything else he can think of. But at the same time, Jolly Roll does not take no prisoners, it looks like now. Jolly Roll, they said the man is straight serious about hopping in that ring. But when he snatched Logan Paul up and threw him through the table in with a choke slam, I was dying because Jelly Roll wins on Jimmy Kimmel. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, it was funny. Yeah, Jelly Roll's very serious about it. He's been losing weight trying to get into the ring. I don't know if you saw that the part of the interview he done with Stephanie for Stephanie's show.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, but yeah, he was talking about the first time he was out there. I guess at Mania he was out there, and he said that bug just hit him. And he was talking to Paul. He said he acted like Paul ain't got a show produced. He's talking to Paul like he's just sitting over and not doing nothing. You know what I mean? And he's just like, he really wants to do it. And he said, well, we get together, we can make it happen. So Jelly Roll over the past year or so has been losing weight, and part of the reason why he's doing it not just because for his health is because he wants to get in the WWE ring.
That's great.
Yeah, and do some wrestling. He just he loves it. So good on him. Good on him. Obviously, this whole thing on the Kimmel, was great publicity for the match and all that good stuff. Uh, but yeah, Jelly Roll's dead serious about becoming a WWE superstar.
It really is. It really is. Well, this is track, track some envy. Like, let me just put it out there. Seth Rollins injury, is he his injury at work? Because I've read so many different things myself. It's kind of suspicious, but they making it is he's going full out. He's going full out if it is a work. But buy or
Right.
sell.
I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it. Part of the reason why I'm gonna sell this is because I saw videos of him, being on crutches, leg in his brace, with his daughter and Becky, and they're going to the doctor and Alabama and all this stuff. So if it's a work, it's a very elaborate work. Um, and two, he had all the momentum. He was the Money in the Bank guy, right? So I don't imagine it being a work for the whole Money in the Bank thing. If you're that guy, right? You're the Money in the Bank champion, and there's so much they could have done with that with Seth. So with that being said, I'm gonna sell it. I think he's really injured, and I could very well be wrong, but I've been wrong before, but sell.
Yeah, it's right there. I'm selling it also, but think about it. I've read also where he might have a different injury than the one they reporting. So an injury that might get him to come back sooner than later.
Good.
So that might be it. And they just, round up because he's gonna be out for a lengthy long time. So I guess we will see. Goes right.
You shall.
We shall see. Let me hop on these guys right here. This past segment with this contract signing, it was different. Let's say that because they keep trying to tease the whole thing of Cody Rhodes going heel, John Cena going back face. Uh, what did you think of the segment, T. Rob? What did you think of it?
I thought it was okay. I thought, I took it for kind of what it was. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to get too high, but I'm not trying to get too low. You know what I mean? Because just when it's this kind of match, just when you think you have it figured out, you don't. right? I enjoyed the segment. I thought it was a good segment. I thought it was a whole lot of, what is it? What did John say? He couldn't be there, and all that stuff, and he had a prior commitments and all that. I mean, it was very well set up. Um, because I think this match is going to be really good. So me personally, I enjoyed the segment, but it hope the WWE is very good at long storytelling.
Yep.
So this segment could very much play a role in something that happens, down the line.
Very, very true. Very true. I feel you on that. Hey, so I want to give y'all something coming. SummerSlam is coming next week, the second and third. We will be bringing you a special broadcast during next week before SummerSlam to give our predictions on who will win, who will lose, and all the shenanigans that will be going on. So be on the lookout for us to present the time and the day, but be looking out for a special segment for SummerSlam coming soon.
Yeah, yeah, buddy.
So one more thing before we leave on a Did You Know segment. Now this was kind of interesting. It's just a little something. This guy, Jeff Jarrett, daughters had been babysat by Taylor Swift.
I did not know this.
Yes. So Taylor Swift and the Jarrett family are close. As in, far
Wow,
he calls them family.
wow,
So
wow.
when Taylor Swift, she was telling me she was 16 or so, she used to babysit. Jeff Jarrett has three daughters. It's Jocelyn, Jacqueline, and Jerlin. Jocelyn, Jacqueline, Jalen. And actually one of his daughters was in a Taylor Swift video back in what was it, 2006. The video
Wow.
Vine. So
Hmm.
it's funny. So yeah, I just happened to be
Look at that.
screening through, and Jeff Jarrett and Taylor Swift are real good, and then they call each other family. So he said I
Wow.
wouldn't call her babysitting because she wasn't looking to getting paid for it. So hey, she just watching the kids.
You know what? That's dope. That's actually pretty dope.
So all
Wow.
right. For any final words for the day, what's going on the week, anything else before we get up out of here for the day?
Well, just it's going to be some go home shows this week with your Raw and SmackDown. Hopefully they'll deliver prior to the SummerSlam PLE. So we shall see. But yeah, looking forward to these go home shows. I always like to go home shows because that sets a precedent for the rest of the pay per views. Or
No
sorry,
doubt.
PLEs.
No doubt. Like we've already said, we'll be back with y'all for some SummerSlam, predictions. Be on the lookout. More to come. And for myself, the Don, the timeless Don, and that guy over there, T Rock. Thanks for joining us for another day of submission session. See y'all later.